Welcome in, guys. Back again with the button mash. Oh, bug smash. She did it. Fucking cat. It's a wrap. We're at. I'm just kidding.
What is on my glasses? See?
Oh, there's a blue beam of power. So you have to watch out for it. I don't know what that is, but I am Paladin.
And I'm Noisy Face.
And this is our, once again, incredible podcast show where hopefully no audio frickin' hiccups happen this time, but everything else seems to be the same. Now we have blue beam lights, all kinds of different troubleshooting that just has to happen. I see exactly what you're talking about. Like, it could be a light thing, and I mean...
Oh, it's because my glasses are like Coke bottles. That's a new feature, actually. For those of you who wear glasses that are really thick...
Blue
you get
beam.
the blue beam.
Yeah.
It's like Super Saiyan,
Is that
but for blind people.
is that blue light? Is that like...
They do have anti-glare, but they don't have blue blocker on.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if that was I don't know. I don't do the glasses, as you can tell.
Just weird me out.
But yeah, it's kind of weird. I've never seen that before. Again, I have not the glasses with which to test. Sadly, the microphone should be working much better though. But yeah, that's how we're gonna start today. But we do have a lot to cover, guys. I mean, this month has been really wily.
August has been crazy. Not only did it go by really fast, but it's been like jam-packed of game stuff and hobby stuff and work and adulting.
And life stuff.
Life stuff.
Cool things like being able to set up a projector out on the deck.
Yeah,
that kind of neat stuff going on right now. So, yeah, those little subtleties in the future Skyrim playthrough that likely won't be recorded. I am not taking a webcam outside to be like, look at me. I guess that's what phones are for. Future idea. We'll see how that goes. Yes, a lot has happened. God, especially in video game stuff this month. There's been some good, there's been some bad, there's been some Resident Evil.
There has been some Resident Evil. Confirmed.
Whew. Resident Evil 9, oh my god, that trailer. We will talk about Gamescom where that trailer just knocked my socks off. I had to put them back on. Took a while, took a couple days. Anyway, Noisy, what have you been playing?
Well, as you know if you watch the Noisy Face channel, and as you know if you live with me, The Sims just had a big update in August, and it broke my game. So I had to go back in and recover about 8 to 12 hours of Sim Save story building, which was really fun. So we still have Garden Legacy Challenge, we still have Tiny Town, and then I played a little bit of our game that we were going to try out, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but not much going on in August. Played a little bit of Gears Tactics, which is really fun, but I'm clearing the slate for next month because I got to dive into my spooky game, my found objects game.
Spooky game?
Yeah.
In September.
My spooky game.
Getting a month early.
I have to. It's a 3-game series.
God. Well, I guess I can't talk because I signed up for something nobody should have signed up for, really. That sounds awesome outside of the Sims part. Not gonna lie, I hate when games update and they break your stuff. I hate when computers update and break your stuff too, Microsoft, just saying. Just don't want to be that guy and, stir up Kool-Aid, but damn, bro. Brickin' SSDs, chill. Anyway, as I digress, over on my channel, if you guys aren't already aware, the trailer went live today for the most psychotic challenge I have ever done. 6 months, gang. 6 months, 16 incredible games. Resident Evil galore, Resident Evil 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, a bunch of duplicates, all kinds of funs, because they just remake them. And I love them all, so I gotta freaking play the remakes too.
You're welcome for that idea, by the way.
it is going to be an incredible 6 months. Yeah, the trailer, that was all you. That was all her idea. Piecing cool stuff together with what we're actually going to be talking about here in a moment or so. And that is some of the games that we said we were going to play last month, and we lived up to it.
Right. We did.
We did.
It was a lot to fit in, but we did it.
Oh my god, it was a lot.
What's your beer today? What are you drinking on the Button Mash Mug Smash channel?
Yes, for the old promo, we have Peculiar Old Mill Lager, Premium America Lager.
Premium Merc.
Yep, right
Premium
there.
America Lager.
America Lager down at the bottom.
I have Tommy Knocker's Blood Orange IPA with this beautiful llama on it.
The guy with the
Very
beard, he's a
cool.
prospector.
Yeah, he's the Tommy Knocker.
Oh, Tommy Knocker, the prospector.
Played it last night and the night before. Tommy Knocker, knocking on your door.
That's a lot
That
of
doesn't
stuff
taste
that I
like
don't know.
oranges.
Like,
Why do all IPAs taste like grapefruit? Can I just ask this
oh,
question?
dude, if that tastes
Is it like the
no.
thing to do? Like, it's not terrible, but it is very grapefruity flavor.
Are we doing our beer eval now?
I guess.
That's fine. That's fine. Dude, this just tastes like a lager.
Yeah.
Like, this is not doing anything special.
Find a lager, please, Mary.
And a lot of lagers don't, by the way, guys. It's just, that's a straight
It's better
lager.
than mine,
We'll see. We'll see.
I think.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Definitely
That citrus aftertaste.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that
not
a lot.
terrible. And you like a lot more citrusy beers
Yeah.
than I do. So,
Yeah, that first slug was like, oh yeah, mine's way better than yours. Yours sucks. And then I got that citrus after. I was like, oh, hold on. Hold on, where's my umbrella?
I think the blood orange, I think that would be good, like, if you're gonna make, like, a Corona Rita, but you put that in it, so you get kind of, like, the sweet and then the citrus aftertaste.
Right.
That'd be very good.
And that'll help you cut down on some of the extra sugars in Corona Ritas and stuff, right?
You just get sugar-free mix. That's what I do.
That's fair. I am a foo-foo drink guy.
You are a
I am
drink
a
guy.
full-on foo-foo. I love the sugars. I love all the bougie. I love putting little umbrellas in my drinks or oranges on the side. That's me. I'm bouge.
Yeah,
I love
Paula
it.
Devin's over here like, extra sugar in the rim, yeah? And then I'm like, brewski. Double brewski. Double brewski.
Double brewski. That's right. That is exactly. We are two different forms of Rob Schneider. For those not keeping track of the hot chick references.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize this, but you can put your weed in there. All right. So, yeah, honestly, like, they're both good.
They're not bad.
I think they're both good.
This would not be, as far as IPA goes, the best IPA I've ever had is from Crooked Beach. I really like that IPA. It's not too citrusy. It's not too hopsy.
Was that the one that we got at that brewery?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what it was called. It was not because I drank too much. God, you're all looking at me weird. I feel you look. All right? But yeah, they are not bad in any way,
No.
shape, or form. I feel like, again, that one kind of ran into what we had last month, where it was like, I'll drink you. You're good enough
Right.
to drink, but will I remember you the next morning?
Probably not.
Again, not because I'm drinking. It's just strictly because it doesn't, like, that citrus burst, I will remember that. That's something.
Yeah, as far as
that comes to
the
table.
Tommy Knockers go, they have a brown that they make. I think it's called Nut Brown Ale. That one is really, really good. I do like that one.
Okay. See, I don't think I've had that one. So we'll have to go variety.
Right.
If we find some
Tis
more.
the season though, because like October's coming, and then November's you're gonna get all like the spicy, like pumpkin spicy beer, and like the graham cracker beer. There's this graham cracker beer that is delicious.
We have had it,
Oh my
yes.
God.
I've been a part of that one. That's when, honestly, like, you can safely go back to some of your traditional wells as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's the second you said October and beer, all I ever think of is that Oktoberfest blend, that Sam Adams blend.
Yeah.
That thing is just, if you need Old Reliable in October, you will not miss with that one.
We
will not miss.
We don't have Old Chicago's anymore, but they used to have a Heffenweiser that was very, very good.
Heffenweiser.
Yeah, Heffenweiser.
What's that mean? Like,
it's like a really hopsy beer, and it's made in Germany, and it always comes out around Oktoberfest because it's an Oktoberfest beer.
Heffen, I thought of Hecken because I say that to the dogs.
No, not Hecken.
Yeah.
This is not the bargain. It's not that movie.
Visor.
That I've never seen.
My visor. Hecken visor. That's where I went.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, the beers themselves, very good. Like, all right. Doc-wise, we did say what we were going to be talking about. To start was the two games.
Yeah.
So I had said Red Dead 2. Got a few regrets with that one. And then you had mentioned the My Friendly Neighborhood.
Yes.
A Game Passer. A Resident Evil-like, which is kind of fun to say.
It's the whole thing is really an homage to Resident Evil. From the second you well, it's actually really funny because when I first started playing it and you get out of your truck and you run in, I was like, oh, it's crime scene cleaner. And then the more you get into the sounds, the way the doors open, your inventory, it's just a whole love letter.
It really
to
is.
Resident Evil. And it's a really interesting concept, I thought.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not every day you're gonna like crossbreed really any Resident Evil game because it has feels to like RE0, which I've been recently playing. But primarily like Resident Evil 7. Mm-hmm. That DNA is all over this game. But you're gonna crossbreed that with freaking freaking Sesame Street. I almost said cross it with Elmo. Like, just strictly Elmo, though. Fuck everyone else. No. Sesame Street as a whole, like, you're just this dude, Gordon. You're just Gordon in to do your job, and you got sock puppets trying to steal guns from you. You got a very dangerous bird. Very dangerous.
Says you.
I
whacked it in the legs with a wrench. Didn't do crap to me. It was just like, no.
I was told there's a big, pink, cute bird who will never hurt you, even though the sock puppet was like, hey man, he's gonna make you up. I was told numerous times about, oh, he's just a friendly bird. The sock puppet lies.
It's very friendly.
Until he bit me. Boom, put me right into caution, bro. I think it is actually fine. Well, no, it's not fine.
Healthy.
It's healthy. At the top.
Healthy, caution, danger.
I was gonna say, but caution, danger is still there.
Yeah, I will say, I found the difficulty very hard. There was not a lot of health. There was more ammunition that I didn't find because I don't know if you guys know this about Noisy Face, but Noisy Face has terrible fucking spatial awareness. So you'd be like, turn to the direction that the Jurassic Park light is, and even looking into the camera, I would still have to follow. Where's it? Oh yeah, it's over there. Like, I'm terrible at it. So
I just had to see if I could do that without turning around. Wait!
It was fun, but it is not something that I would revisit. And yet, I would revisit it over the other game that we played.
I was about to say that. Like, you go ahead, segue into it, because at least you have some nice things to say. I really don't.
Red Dead Redemption 2. I played about 2.5 hours, and you wouldn't know that from what's going to be coming in my channel of what I experienced of it. I did a little mini review where I talked about the different things you can see in Appeal. Born and raised in Colorado, I've grown up around a lot of like mountain ranges, getting to see that and getting to experience that.
Always to the west.
And so that was really cool of getting that feel of like this could be somewhere 40, 50 minutes from me. This could be Pikes Peak, for all you know. that was cool. The horses were very accurate in the way they moved and the way they sounded.
That's true.
The riding was also very accurate too, to where when the horse would speed up, your body movement would move. My only qualm with that is when you go up and down hills, you don't lean backwards or forwards. So that bothered me a little bit. But here's the thing, and we talked about this, is patience versus pacing. Senua 2 Electric Boogaloo. I was getting confused at the first one, the name. Something about Senua.
So Senua Saga is 2. Senua's Sacrifice is 1.
Running around with
Senua 1 was
with 2 dudes, and not just one dead dude. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Or part of a dead dude. Anyway. But that suffered
Just
from the same thing. And I think what I liked about that more is that you were following Senua, although what I will say is that at some points it was like, is this worth it now? Because the story to me was just very, very lackluster.
Oh, yeah. I know this isn't going to be a whole segment for Hellblade 2, but if you're not in that one for the gamer score, that one's a lot easier to put down than the first one. The first one,
for sure.
The first one tells a beautiful story, a horrifying story. It pulls you in, and the second one, like, you're not gonna hit every time. You're not. With your sequels, you're not. It's very rare that you get an RE1, 2, 3. You get a big run of like, holy crap, Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say. Like, some people do it and they don't miss for a long time. Like, it took Resident Evil 6, and I don't even believe this, people. It took RE6 for people to be like, oh, they finally missed one. Mm-hmm. Like, and I don't believe that for a second.
Right.
6 is fantastic, but that's the Hellblade 2 suffers from what Red Dead 2 suffers from.
Well, and you and I had talked about this because we are very patient people, even more so now that we put our phone down and kind of walked away from our phone, and the scrolling and the constant updates that you get is different than, yes, playing a game is still screen time, but you're using a lot of different areas of your brain to problem solve and story build and spatial awareness, which I still do not have. But it's, being patient people. So you've gotten the Ultima weapon in Kingdom Hearts, yes?
Oh, yeah. Well, in Kingdom Hearts 1, I got the platinum in it.
And then you were also talking about Final Fantasy X.
Oh, God.
And tell us a little bit about the patience that is required.
Okay. If you are playing
Final Fantasy X.
If you're playing the main story of Final Fantasy X, which, dude, it's the best Final Fantasy. Let's call a spade here.
Cloud's over there crying.
Yeah, he is. He's there. He is. He's fucking. I'm on God. You're anyway. Final Fantasy X. It is the best. It's the best narrative. It has the best gameplay. It has the best characters. It's the best everything in that genre. Like, everything. That game is probably on par with like how long Kingdom Hearts 1 is. You could beat the story in like 35 hours.
Yeah, there's some meat and potatoes there.
And that's, you're playing a little bit, like, I'm talking about like first run too. Like me nowadays, I could get through that whole damn game in like 20 hours. And I know where everything is, right? So if you're just playing FF10 in general, you're looking at probably about a 30-hour experience. If you are trying to end game that, if you're trying to do it all, you're trying to max out the sphere grid. In the international version, you're trying to kill all the Dark Hands. You're trying to take out Penance. 30-minute boss fight at least at max level, and that's if you're cheesing. Like, well, actually, that fight's like 2 seconds long if you Zanmato. If you know, you know. Anyway, if you are platinum trophy hunting for this game, or getting all the achievements, I've done them both. You're adding 90, 100, and this is real-time hours. This isn't like game clock, in Spira, time might go faster. You're adding like 100 more hours to your experience.
Yeah.
Because whatever you got in the story, hey, that's great. You go flying. You accidentally run across a dark Aeon, maybe heading back to Besaid for an overdrive or something. You'll be dead. And they are too fast. You can't hit them because you're under leveled. They'll crush you with one move. Your whole party. Don't care. Don't matter. You have to be at max, and I mean max everything. Well, except for maybe like MP. Like MP can suffer because you have to max out luck. You got to max out agility. You got to everything. Because if you don't max out your luck, you ain't hitting these dark Aeons either.
Right.
You have to like max out all your stats, and that's what takes a long time. Even if you're sitting there farming the same, you get the same monster arena. Go, oh man, he maxes out my shit. Oh yeah, I get tons of experience. For hours, and it's worth it. That FF10 Platinum is one of the best ones in my cabinet. But man, you want to talk about perseverance and patience?
Yeah. So you take two very different games for me on that spectrum, because I've never played Final Fantasy X. I have played Kingdom Hearts. I've never gotten the Ultimate Weapon. It's not something I think that I would do. But so we're gonna if all wheels lead to crime scene cleaner.
Oh, dude.
There's something oddly cathartic about taking your time and getting that 100% and making sure you meticulously put everything back, not just to get the achievements. It is actually fun.
Yeah.
To where when I'm playing the new DLC, and we'll talk a little bit more about the DLC, I only go for 60% and it's still fun.
Right.
Being a cozy gamer, liking that atmosphere, you can spend 12 hours just world building in The Sims 4. And it's totally worth it, because then you can rub elbows with Mike Wazowski, but also Dean Winchester. So it's two very different veins.
But also, you could totally see walking past each other. Monstropolis, Supernatural. How did Dean get there?
No one knows.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
He's going to watch
Doesn't
Mike
matter.
do a stand-up routine.
But just Red Dead was not that for me.
I agree.
It just wasn't. It was. I mean, the Old West has never really been a big drive of mine. I think it's fascinating. I think it's a fascinating time period. Just whatever we're getting in there is not enough to hook me story-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the same here. I mean, I put about the same amount of time in because this month was really hectic. As far as like My Friendly Neighborhood goes, I think I only put in like 45 minutes of that game.
Right.
Versus Red Dead, I was about that 2-hour mark as well, doing the intro and I mean, for what it is, like for what people have said about this game, it is gorgeous. It is very realistic.
It hits the pain points that you hear people say. Like, it's very realistic. The combat is fluid. The movement is fluid. The equipment, how you access your inventory and stuff like that is not confusing.
Yeah.
The mocap is amazing.
Yeah, it's not, and that's the biggest driver I have in reference to it. Is like, people aren't lying to you when they're talking about these bonuses. These are the same bonuses I would come to you with like The Last of Us, right?
Right.
But the difference is very, and this is just different strokes for different folks. For Rockstar Games, their formula, it does not resonate with me. I have tried. Grand Theft Auto 3 is still my favorite Grand Theft Auto, and it's still like
San Andreas is mine.
Oh yeah. Well, and Vice even.
Vice is good.
Cool.
I like Vice City,
and that's what I'm saying is those are fun to like go in and sandbox with and stuff. But like, I'm not getting called to this game the way that we talk about with other games. And when I think about a big third-person open world epic games I've had to revisit, like Horizon Zero Dawn, I've talked at length about how I had to go back and try that game again. Like Red Dead 2, this is a retry. And I'm not, and maybe it's because I have so much stuff on my plate, but it's not doing enough to like, hey man, come on. Come on. You know you want to. And I know a lot of people are like, well, get to this level, get to this chapter, get this amount of hours in. No.
Well,
Because
that's what I was saying. You remember when I played Resident Evil 4 Make, the new Resident Evil 4?
no.
I'm
Well, I
not
had curated levels.
Yes, you had curated levels. So maybe that's the experience that you need to have to get your hook, but the game doesn't allow you to do that. So unless you have a friend that's going to play or a
Right.
family member that's going to play hours and hours and hours and hours and curate
And then
this
hit you
thing
with
for
chapter
you.
select and come over to your house and be like, hey, play on my profile for this level, right? And that's kind of what I'm saying, though, is when I say no, when I give that a hard nose, like, dude, I have a LaCie brand.
Right.
I am one of the biggest
Plumb bob
fans.
somewhere. There it is.
I am
No
one of
special
the
awareness.
biggest fans of Final Fantasy 13 that you will ever meet.
Right.
You played like 20, 25 minutes. You didn't like it.
About 2 hours of that actually, but a lot of it was cutscenes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was 360 era. Like, but you didn't hear me go, oh, you have to. If you're not pulled, if there isn't something speaking to you from, especially with how that game opens the way that FF7 opens. You are thrown in the middle of some action,
Right.
and then by the end of maybe an hour or so, you get everyone gets the brands, the exposition comes in with the falsy. There's enough to keep you there.
Right.
If after 2 hours I am not getting a pull in one game versus 45 minutes shooting puppets, it's not going to pull me. And that's
Right.
why I say no. Is like, I've never agreed with that. Oh, you have to do this. Oh, FF13, you have to get to Grand Pulse, and then it opens up, then it gets good. No, that game gets good right after right after you get branded
Well,
by the falsy.
we've talked about that a lot
kicks in
too.
hard.
Where
Preference.
being adults, it is very difficult, which you wouldn't know it by our decorations, but we are adults.
You just slammed on my.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm kidding.
We're giant children.
We love it.
You have to be very deliberate with your time. You know, let's take an average work day where both of us work from home, so it's a very small commute most days, but you're still getting up, getting ready, starting your day. That's an hour before you work. Then you have 8 hours of work, and then you have the hour that you get off to kind of recoup, decide what you're doing, handle dinner, make dinner, eat dinner. So you realistically, you're going to have 4 to 6 hours at the end of your day, depending on what you've chosen to do,
Well,
or how everything
that's-
breaks down.
That's if the day doesn't kick you in the pants. Either.
Now, assume you give 2 hours of your time. I think it's fair to say that is a eternity of time. No one should be coming at you and saying, well, you didn't play it XYZ, or you didn't do this enough, or you didn't do whatever enough. It's like handing someone knitting needles and saying, until you can make an entire sweater, you won't like knitting.
Yeah, you won't
that's
appreciate it.
ridiculous. I've been knitting for 12 years and I've never made a fucking sweater. It's dumb.
And that's what I'm talking about. Is this arbitrary? And I know, like, there are tons of people who love Red Dead.
Yeah.
And this isn't going to be a lambast session
if
on Red
that's
Dead.
your flagship, tell us why below in the comments.
Yeah, let
and
us
why
know.
we suck.
In all honesty, but also understand that, like, anyone who does approach saying, "Oh, well, you haven't let it breathe. You have to do this. You got to get here. You got." Dude, I speed run video games.
Right.
I get through sequences faster than most people do.
You do.
And that's what I mean. Is like, you can't just slap a timestamp on here and be like, oh, well, after 4 hours, oh, you should be completely ensnared.
That's not so
It's like,
true.
well, it shouldn't take 4 hours to get me completely ensnared.
Whatever point it is we got to get to hook us, that might take you, say, 4. That might take me 10 because I'm terrible at gaming.
Because every player's different. That
Right.
arbitrary clock, it just doesn't work. But that's the thing. Going back to the glazing and what people have said, it is a freaking gorgeous game, man. I ran it on the deck. You ran it on the Xbox. Like, it's
Right.
it is gorgeous, and you can really dial it in. And if that's your type of open world experience, and you like other westerns that aren't Back to the Future 3 or War Wagon, go, man. But those are the westerns I like. So I'm not as in tune. Like, I would much rather, in the position of, like, I've talked about revisiting Days Gone. That's an open world Rockstar-esque game
based
that's
on
in
that
the universe.
too. I almost feel like, and people are gonna come at me, and that's fine.
Oh.
Come at me, brah. Catch me outside. How about that?
Want some? Come get some. She's a Justina girl,
the
man.
sheer fact of how much I have to delete to make space for Red Dead, it's like having The Sims and all of the packs. You better fucking love it, because
that's a
damn.
Yeah. Could you imagine if you're on, like, just like a lot of places, your Comcast, your fiber, your stuff like that, right? Can you imagine trying to download an 120 to 150 gig one game on, like, garbage internet?
You're like in a Starbucks.
Yeah, like, and then
Just need my horse, man.
and then more so, and more so, it doesn't hit for you, and that's a risk we take as players. Like, that's what kind of sucks about the loss of demo culture. Game Pass kind of at least lets you demo stuff, but they don't add everything on there. I know PS Plus also has some trials and everything, but, like, demo culture in general, like, I bought Dino Crisis when I was young. It came with the demo disc for RE3.
Right.
Goes all the way up through I know exactly where it ends. Nemesis jumps through that window in the RPD. The second you leave the RPD, your demo's over.
Right.
It's a nice, good size bite of that game if you played the classic. That culture. We need more of that.
Yeah,
we need more of that.
Resident Evil's been doing a lot of time demos lately. That's a really cool feature. And then Next Fest, baby. I didn't even realize that was a thing. And it's more than just once a year that they do it. And it was amazing for me, who likes all these cozy games that are very similar, to see, like, you know, Bloomtail, where all you're doing is making flower arrangements, and some you can make to specifics, and some you can make just for fun. And you've got, like, at least 100 different options of flowers and picks and wrapping and ribbons, and it's really cool. To, like, Camper Van, where you have just as many options to put away in your camper, and one was frustrating as fuck, and one was, like, amazing. Discuss in the comments what you think it is.
Right? Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I know that was a little runoff into the weeds off topic, but, like, demo culture, man. It needs to come back, and it needs to come back more than I'm paying for Plus, or I'm paying for Game Pass or something like that to get my little demo. Like, dude.
And I'm glad you said
demo
that.
Access needs to
because that's going to segue us into something that is very important in the gaming space, and why demos are going to be even more important, and that is the cost of gaming.
Yeah.
And not only consoles, the price of games themselves. We're going back to where, thank God, we've amassed the library that we have, and people give us crap for it, of like, you guys have almost 1,000+ games between the two of you. Well, that's going to be looking real nice when games cost $100 and consoles...
Looking at you, GTA
Looking
6.
at you, because you have more information on this, but consoles...
Yeah, okay. You guys know, you can tell from all the DualShocks on the wall, I play everywhere, but when I play, I like to play on PlayStation if I can. Sony joined everybody else. And I'm not even going to be like, oh, we'll do forced to, or any nonsense, or tariffs, or garbage, whatever political nonsense you want to throw out there. Sony did what everybody did because they noticed one simple thing. Nintendo did it, made a tons of money. Over what, like 3 months?
Yeah.
Xbox did it. You didn't see a whole bunch of losses, did you? I mean, it's not like their hardware saw growth, but they didn't see a bunch of losses. And that is so important if you're a company. If you're a business and you're looking at, oh, well, geez, there wasn't a bunch of minuses.
Right.
So now us with our PS Pro and our PS5 and our PS5 digital, oh, we're still leading the market. People are still buying our stuff. And when everyone else increased their crap, including Xbox, who struggled to make sales, they didn't post losses. Cool, let's increase our stuff. What do we have to lose? So that they jumped ship right with everybody else. All they wanted to do was see some evidence. And we've seen Sony do this before.
Right.
You remember in the Xbox One era when they came out with the DRM and all the not game sharing, all the always online stuff. You remember Sony was super quiet.
Yeah,
and they just kind of let them walk out there and suffer. And
watch Xbox do something and then Sony do it better. Is what it used to be. I will say I did feel
or do
when
something
we were
different.
comparing prices, like the raise in the OG Switch console to Switch OLED to Switch 2, that price hike versus what Xbox came out with versus what PlayStation did.
Yeah.
I will say I think it's fair, and we talked about this, and I had an opinion at the time that I actually ruminated about. So not on the PlayStation Pro, but here's the thing I will tell you. That still has a handful of games, but that's going to be the future. So until they make the push like Nintendo is doing and going, this is only for Switch 2,
right?
That's when that price point is gonna pay off. And again, I would recommend if you don't have a PS5, not necessarily a Pro, but a PS5 in general, please visit your pawn shops. They're so, we walked in and we've seen 12 PlayStations at some point. It's crazy.
A bunch of PS5s, a bunch of Switch OLEDs, a bunch of Series S's and X's.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
For sure.
This isn't meant to be like a fanboy, fangirl kind of conversation or anything like that. If you like playing a certain place, I play everywhere. I have Game Pass Ultimate. I beat Doom the Dark Ages with it. I beat Oblivion with it. I regularly, I'll be playing Gears on it. And I will be playing Gears on PS5 Pro too, because I love Gears. The only one that hasn't gotten me, and I think I got tempted the other day. We were out, and we were looking for an HDMI cable, remember?
Oh yeah, we had Walmart move their HDMI cables.
Yeah, our Walmart rearranged like a lot of their store. And I hit the Switch booth, and they actually had a kiosk. I've been telling people, if you can get to these, little kiosks where they actually let you play something, again, demo culture.
Right.
I was a button press away from Mario Kart World, I think it is.
Yes.
The new Mario Kart.
Yes.
To try that out. Because even though I don't like what Nintendo's done with the Switch 2 and stuff like that, it's hard not to love that software. Their IPs, it's so hard not to. I see videos all the time, people playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. Dude, that's the first 3D Donkey Kong game we had since I was little.
Right.
DK64. So see something like that and it's oh, okay, yeah, the Switch 2 is not worth what they're peddling. I say that as a PS5 Pro owner, by the way. That's not worth what they're peddling. And God, it's there's a little bit of grip. There's a little bit of that,
it's gonna go back to how it was for me 6 or 7 years ago, because I'm 7 years older than Devin. So it's going to go back to that price point of where...
But you didn't have that on you.
When Kingdom Hearts came out, and it was PS3? PS4? PS3.
Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah.
3 was PS4.
PS4.
Yeah.
I was saving to buy a PS4. I saved money from 5 different pay periods to buy a PS4. And I was going to go buy the Spider-Man bundle, because it was so worth your money. You got the style PlayStation, you got the controller, you got Spider-Man,
game,
but it was a
dude.
great deal. And then I ended up getting one off a friend who was moving to Iceland that had the extended storage. So it was still a good
That
deal.
one right over there, actually. It's almost
But the point is that's what it's gonna be. And
I
yes,
agree
as
with
an
that.
adult who works and makes their own money, buy what you want as long as you can pay your bills, but also I could save as much money as you're gonna save to buy a PlayStation Pro or the new, looking at you, new ROG Ally,
Oh,
and I could take a 2-day vacation with plane tickets
Right.
there and back.
Yeah.
Again, like Frodo
Oh.
Baggins.
that was Bilbo, but Frodo did write the Lord of the Rings.
Frodo 2.
Yeah, Frodo.
Let's should move
That's
into
it. Bilbo Baggins.
The Hobbit 2.
And Frodo.
And Frodo.
Anyway, yeah, that's the thing. Well, and being efficient with that kind of stuff. Like I mentioned, the Switch 2 is outrageously priced. If I could obtain a Switch 2 the way I obtained my Pro, I would do that. Mm-hmm. Because
Oh, yeah, the trade-in?
yeah, my PlayStation Pro, as you know, it was $200. I didn't pay the $700 or now the $750.
Right.
And that's when I agree with people and say, "Oh no, it's not worth that much." But that's not what I got
Well,
it
and
for either.
that's a good point,
Like-
because tomorrow, actually, we're going to Level 7 Games. And I've heard that they offer the best trade-in because they give you market value as long as it's stored credit. So it might even be worth asking them for one of our Switch OLEDs how much they would come down on the Switch 2, and then see if that is a viable option.
Don't do that.
Or-
My Nitro deck doesn't. I don't think it'll fit a Switch 2 slot. And look at how pretty it is. Look at how it is with my OLED screen. Like, don't tempt me, Frodo. Don't do that. Like, more Lord of the Rings references. Yeah, that's segueing outside of like the game pricing and stuff. Level 7, obviously, it's happening tomorrow, so we can't really discuss our haul right now. Future us, though. Oh, they're gonna have that shit on.
Right.
Okay, they're
What
gonna
are
roll in
you-
and be like, boom, all
What are
right.
you hoping to find
I need that.
at Level 7?
I need that PlayStation 1 Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. I need it if I open that little game locker over there. I've got a Black Label Dino Crisis. I've got a long box on display right there. Resident Evil 1. Not Director's Cut. I mean 1. I got Resident Evil 2.
Electric
Black Label.
Boogaloo.
Yes. But I have not had a PS1 copy of Resident Evil 3 since I was a kid.
Okay.
And I've been looking. Every shop we go to, I'm always keeping my eye. They're not cheap. They're not.
Right.
But I want them. Especially if it comes with a Dino Crisis demo disc. Because my Dino Crisis has that RE3 demo.
I need Sims Castaway, and then I will own every iteration of The Sims except for my Sims Racing on the Wii, which I refuse to buy. And Batu! I do not own Batu!
Anti-Star Wars. The hatred.
It's terrible.
The hatred.
No one wants to go to Batu.
Man, that's the main driver with level 7. There's going to be all kinds of cool stuff, and like I said, future us, I'll edit it and post any kind of haul. We've got a friend going with us. Anything we can kind of go over with what we end up getting, that's going to be awesome, because I like supporting retro shops. You know, I got a fully functional PS2 on my desk. You can't see it. It's right there. Like, that's going to be one of the best ways to kind of back off of things like what we talked about with Red Dead. Like, the thing about Red Dead 2, and when I can draw comparisons of Horizon, Days Gone, and other open world games, is it's, in my opinion, they feel like they're all doing a lot of the same stuff. And when you go back, you jump in the time machine a little bit with the PS2, PS1. God, everyone was just doing everything.
Right.
Like, even the 2 Zelda games that came out on N64 were wildly different. And one was an asset flip from the other. Ocarina of Time was just this freaking standard, incredible, knock your socks off adventure. Majora's Mask, okay, maybe we snorted a little cocaine and went on an adventure. They're so different.
Don't get mad at the moon.
Hey.
Okay, he loves you.
He's always watching.
He's a happy moon.
Yeah, he ain't happy. Tell you that.
He's very happy.
He's going through some stuff. But yeah, that's probably the biggest thing about supporting your retro shops in general is just like it gives you the opportunity to go back and like you'll be playing like Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. And they were so excited that they could have this scene from the movie and then it would go into gameplay.
Right.
And it was like, God, we look at it now and it's like, obviously that's muddy. It's PS2 graphics. But man, if you were there, dude, when you saw that actually, like Aragorn would get up and be like, you have my sword. And it would go into the PS2 character. It was like, that's it. It's over. Like,
right. You have to appreciate where you've come from to get to where you are.
Yep.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that you look at something with that nostalgia and you go, oh, they don't make games like this no more. That's my old man voice.
I agree.
Because they don't. Because I was just watching a video from Corridor Crew who looks at graphics and they're comparing the OG Jurassic Park to the newest Jurassic Park. Now, the fun thing about that is how you have to add things in post versus how you can make things now all digital. You don't have to shoot it on film. And yet we decide in this day and age that we're going to shoot it on film. And then some scenes we're going to shoot digitally and then meld the two. You would not have that if you didn't have what came before. And that's the point of, you're really going to see that glow up in your Resident Evils of this walked so XYZ could run and then run faster.
Oh yeah,
really gonna see that a lot.
Yeah, well, and we've seen that. I've talked at length about the games that changed that throughout the script. I mean, a lot of people talk about Final Fantasy VII, Ocarina of Time. We just spoke about Halo 2 and what that ushered in with. Well, I mean, combat evolved with local multiplayer, but Halo 2 ushered in online multiplayer, and then. Hey, if anyone wants to, and I know, Kill Switch and other games came out before this, but let's have the real talk. The third person behind the back, Gears does it, Mass Effect does it, Last of Us does it, freaking Red Dead does it, everyone does it. Let's call a spade, dude. There were other PS2 games that did it, but the one that made it the household name was Resident Evil 4. That's the truth. Game was one of those changers, man. It just, boom.
Is there a game for you that definitively changed your moment of saying, this is the kind of gamer that I feel I am?
Oh, dude, it was, if we're talking about recent games, it would have probably been Disney Dreamlight, actually.
That's so true. Yeah. You don't play cozy games at all.
Yeah, and
yet you're here over here with your pumpkins and your fancy hat.
Oh yeah, dude, my guy. He's named after our Chihuahua dachshund, Schnitzel. He's the spicy. Like that guy, he's decked out. But this is a walk. Run scenario, which you were just talking about. Like, part of me wants to be like, oh yeah, I've had such a time with Crime Scene Cleaner. I've had such a good time with it, and I keep going back to it when I have a couple minutes or work on a level. Or I'm really good at that first level. But anyway, like, you go in and you're doing this, but it's like that whole door doesn't open if I hadn't tried Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Right.
Just kind of taking your foot off the gas, and that's what we've mentioned it at length with the phone thing, with the being deliberate with your time element. We've had this dialogue just ad nauseum because it's important. That's why we bring it up. It's like, as players, as people, dude, you gotta allocate your time accordingly.
Right.
Like if I choose to watch a wrestling match, that's an hour of my time.
That's like a full-length movie.
Yeah, like and that could
Avengers
just be
Endgame style.
that could just be a couple matches. Like WrestleManias are 2-night events, and a lot of them are like 5 hours long.
Right.
And that's the whole show. Like, and that is a lot of time. So, and most PLEs, you've seen me. I'm looking for 1 or 2 matches that I've been following for weeks. I'm looking for 1 or 2, and that's how I be deliberate with my time. And that's how I am with session-based style games like cozy games like Disney Dreamlight, or just rock like Crime Scene Cleaner is a session game. I can pick
100%.
that up and do that. And same with Mario Kart. Those are the same exact type of game to me. Or games like Guitar Hero, Rock Band. You can just get in, play for a little bit, boom.
Yeah, see, for me, I was going to take the cop out and say OG Kingdom Hearts, because I had never fully played like an RPG style game when I played Kingdom Hearts. But recent, I'm going to have to go Evil West. So, I'm not good at shooters, but I love Evil West because it plays a lot like BioShock, where you get powers and you get shooting. I did have to turn the difficulty down, but it was like I never had to do a fight more than 3 or 4 times to get through a segment.
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of the 2018 God of War.
Yeah, it was very God of War.
Graphic aesthetic was like Gears or Darksiders, but like the way the game plays is a lot like God of War.
For sure.
And that's the thing is I agree with you when you say like there will always be trailblazers in some capacity. Everyone's like geeking out over Silk Song. That's coming. That was a GameStop or a Gamescom reveal, not a GameStop reveal.
What's you GameStop?
But like, there are games that do something different. There are games that try to like stand out within a genre. Again, the aforementioned Silk Song, and then there are games that just kind of they found what works and they keep doing. They keep it pretty close to the same.
Right.
I mean, like, let's face it, most Silent Hill games up until this new one, bro, you're walking down the street, there's some fog over there, got my flashlight or my lighter, and that shit only like half-ass works. Like, RE's the same way. Like, up until 7, it was a lot of like, they've tried to reinvent themselves a few times, but the DNA's there.
Right.
Inventory management is in all of them. Right? Just little nuances like that. But yeah, that's the thing is like, I don't know. I ran off on a big tangent.
I mean, speaking of session gaming, we both procured some new handhelds recently. Very different wheelhouse for very different reasons. So you would think, from us talking, one of us would have the Steam Deck and one of us would have the ROG, and you'd be wrong. It would be reversed, because like I love The Sims. I love the cozy game aspect of like Stardew. Just kind of that session gaming bit where you can play something for 8 to 12 hours and then not touch it for months and come back. But the Steam Deck was not my appeal. It was the ROG Ally. And that's because I've been playing Xbox a whole lot more, not even, just for June. There's so many demos on there that come out that I just want to try. So My Friendly Neighborhood, Mini Mommy Lane, Crime Scene Cleaner pulled me and got me hooked. I do also like Spray Paint Simulator. I've been toying around with that. I'm sure I'll like Power Wash when I try it. But my parents live on a 6-acre farm. There's no internet. And if it's like internet, it's like connecting, not connected, connecting, not connected. It's terrible. But I can download something onto my ROG and I can sit there and I can finish one whole level of Crime Scene Cleaner, 100% it, and never have to worry about losing connection, losing progress, like I do when I play the Fire Stick, and we have pretty good internet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So the smaller form factor stuff, I've watched you put a lot of miles on your ROG. I've literally made it a point on my channel to discuss experiences on the Steam Deck and how games perform, because that is the absolute best video game system on earth. Like, I love the PS2. I love the PS1. I will glaze the PS5 Pro. You sit me down, I will give you every reason why you should buy one. And it is still not the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck is just what Nintendo did, and I'll give my flowers out. I think it's kind of what we were talking about with like Halo and Trailblazing or RE4 or whatever. The Switch trailblazed a concept.
Yes.
Yes, other people had done it. You kill Switch and get it behind your back. But the Switch did it. They trailblazed a concept that took the world by storm. Sometimes, yeah, it helps when you have one of the greatest Zelda games in your pocket. Gotcha! Like, but, greatness can always be improved upon.
Yes.
Always. And that's what the Steam Deck is. Steam Deck is everything that the Switch is and more.
I am a little jealous because you've got your deck approved games. You can put whatever the fuck you want on that thing. It might not be a good idea, but you can. I got a ROG Ally, and boy, oh boy. I have everything on Game Pass, so let's be honest, that's a library of 200 games. And
ever changing.
I have games that I own that are approved, but it's like a handful of the games that I own. So you do have a little more versatility.
Well, and you can sideload Steam. It's a lot easier to sideload Steam on a ROG than it is to try to stream the Xbox app or PS Remote Play or something on the deck. You can. I was not doing research a couple days ago on PS Remote.
I haven't even tried that. I haven't even tried putting Steam. I do EA Play, but that's still through Xbox.
I would, just to see how things run on the deck, because like, while we're talking about the form factor and the ROG specifically, if we take the price tag out of it, because that will always be the focal point of the holy crap factor for the Xbox ROG, a lot of what they were showing off at Gamescom is really appealing, especially if you are a fan of the small form factor. It's going to boot into an Xbox-centric OS. When you're using that OS, it's not taking requests from Windows backend crap that might mess with your games. Like, there's a lot that it's doing good, and with this proprietary dashboard, you don't have to worry about sideloading Steam, because all you do is pair your accounts and boom, there's your whole Steam library. It tells you, hey, this game, you're going to be able to play it because you own it on Steam. It's got it written there. And then performance-wise, jury's still out. Like, they launched Gears of War Reloaded. I was like, please just show me how much this thing rocks. And they just sat on the menu for a little bit, and I was like,
so far, what I played runs beautifully. I'm really impressed with the picture quality. You can tell it's being downscaled, but it is gorgeous.
Well, and what is nice too, and this is with all of them, because they're small form factor, because you're running the PC versions of games, this is where upscaling tech actually has a lot more value than trying to blow it up into a glossy mess on your TV. Like, having that small, if you use like FSR3 on some of your games to get a little extra performance and frame rate, it's not going to look as bad because your screen's a lot smaller. Like, it's just the truth. As somebody who spends way too much time on his Steam Deck, it's true. And yeah, there's some games that run really well on it. There are games that run really bad on it. But it's the versatility that it offers And I have a third-party Steam dock for in here in my office. When I run those tests, I will likely get an official one from Steam to have out there at some point, or to bring anywhere, really. And that's user preference. I just like to have the ones that work the most effective with the hardware. But that comes from using it a lot.
Yeah.
You know, well, one of the biggest things you've recently got hooked on with your small form factor setup and docking and everything is docking it anyway is the 8BitDo controllers.
Yeah, so you're more into the graphics and frames per second and pixels and bells and whistles.
Gin.
The frou-frou drinks.
The foo-foo.
Where I'm into the log pine, logger please Mary. I will never not. The loggers of a game, if you will. How does it, the feel of it? So already the ROG is a lot lighter than the Steam Deck. It's lighter than my Switch OLED.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't have a case, like a special case on it, but the rubber texture of the back is amazing, because if your hands get a little sweaty, it's a little warm outside.
Mom spaghetti.
They're not going to be like sticky. And then the other thing that I really like is is it Holophx? Is that how you say it? Holophx sticks?
I believe on the ROG it is Holophx sticks. On 8BitDo controllers they are.
The slightest, you don't have to press your thumb all the way up to make someone walk, and from playing Red Dead, let me tell you, that's gonna wear your thumbs down. But it's the slightest tilt that'll make you go, and that's amazing.
Yeah, Holophx technology in general is fantastic. Like, I'm not kidding. It is going to segue into, while we're talking about hardware, and we mentioned session games.
Yeah.
I gotta do it.
Well, if he turns around and gets this, let me know in the comments. Do you think that a new rhythm game is coming? Like Guitar Hero Parappa collab, right? Like you can be the Parappa band now.
You hear that, Red Octane Games, guys? Get working on the next game, because Cracked, the guitar came in, the Cracked guitar, they have 2 Les Pauls. And we were talking about Holophx technology. This particular model, the Blueburst Gibson Les Paul, this is a Holophx drummer.
Mm-hmm.
And I played a lot of guitars. We got a Guitar Hero 2 Explorer over there. I have the PDP Riffmaster out in the living room. I've got the Guitar Hero World Tour guitar, and I played on a whole bunch that I don't have. This is unlike anything you have. I mean, the mechanical frets, or no, these are silicone frets, but the other guitar has mechanical frets, and then it has a different strum bar, but this is full-on Holophx strum bar. This is cool stuff. This is what we're talking about with like little nuanced things that can actually like impact not just your gameplay experience, but like the industry.
Right.
You know, not long after Cracked rolls out these guitars, Red Octane said, "Hey, we're back, baby." And we've got a bunch of community members at the helm who are helping us work on potentially the next big, it may not be Guitar Hero or Rock Band, but the next big rhythm game.
I will say the thought with that too, as we want to try as many rhythm games as possible, and we have limped our way through Fortnite Festival. Ingenious to design this guitar the way they did, so you can walk around.
Yeah.
In Fortnite. Imagine.
Yes. Yeah, that's all up here. It's full D-pad and this little switch, nav. And all of these are controller buttons.
That is so cool.
A, left trigger, right trigger. If I wanted to, I could play Resident Evil on this thing. Left trigger. All right, Chris. Aim. Okay, we're struggling. All right, shoot. RE5. It would be the worst mercenary session ever, but you could do it. Like, yeah, we talk about, I've used the term a lot in reference to smaller systems being form factor. And it seems like all of these guys outside of the Switch have had that same kind of, you come up here, you got this feel, you wrap around, and they all got it down. Might have been a dog who taught him how to walk. But even so, like, now because of Cracked, you've got like the Nitro Deck Plus accessory
Right.
you can just slide your Switch OLED into, and now you
Yeah,
have
or the little
the great form factor.
that's like this big, and you can actually just hold it in one hand and play
Yeah, and
Guitar
play
Hero with
Fortnite
it.
Festival. They are
Yeah, or
awesome.
Fortnite. Yeah,
Yeah, that's stuff that, and you could, I undoubtedly play Guitar Hero with it as well, or Clone Hero. But yeah, it's cool little things like that. Like, this is not a sponsor, Cracked. I've just bought a lot of your stuff lately because,
I mean, if you want to
Yeah.
sponsor us,
yeah, send me stuff, man. I will test it into the ground. Like, I'll put reviews up and everything. I am for sale, I guess. Like, but yeah, like, it's, as long as companies are still coming out with cool stuff, it's helpful, because we do have, like what we've talked about today with the price increases. A lot of people are, gaming's gonna crash, or gaming's in a bad state, or you know, AAA's not what it was, and stuff like that. And as somebody who I play games every week, sometimes multiple days a week, right? If I can, like, if time permits, but it's not all bad out
Yeah.
there. There are rays of light that are doing
I
it.
think it's important to market your product to a wider demographic, whatever product it should be. And the point that I would make with that is, you could be 12 and you could save all your birthday money, all your Christmas money, everything you get from watering grandma's plants, and you could go and buy a video game.
Yeah.
But as an adult, when you're having to save months and months and months worth of something that, for example, you know, it's notorious that going to Vegas is a pretty affordable vacation. So you could buy 2 plane tickets and maybe 2 to 3 nights of Vegas, depending on where you stay, and you'd come out to the price of a PlayStation Pro. You get an experience versus something that's going to maybe give you an experience, and that's just the Pro. That's nothing that goes with. There's nothing loaded
no
on
extra
there.
games, and I know
You can watch YouTube.
no disc tray or anything like that. And that's why also being, like I mentioned before, try to be thrifty if you're making your upgrades.
Yeah.
I've always been thrifty with my upgrades. That's why I usually have to go to pawn shops later to go obtain the old system that I might have gotten rid of. But yeah, I've always been that way, because if I want to switch OLED, I'm gonna put my Switch toward it.
Yes.
Like, that's gonna be the first thing that I do. My PS5 Pro, I put my PS5 toward it. I put some extra sugar on top, of course, and then trade credit, but it was largely the PS5 that did it. Like,
Right.
be thrifty with it, because that's going to add the value to it at the end of the day. And this is the same deal regardless of where you play, by the way, because you will always hear, especially now with the price increases, that allure to PC now, that gap is getting a lot thinner with the price tag.
That's very true.
Like, you can get in at $750. A lot of the machines that you buy might not hit as high as like a Pro would, but you can get in at least on the ground floor and be able to play a lot of good stuff on computer as well. And then that might open the door for, if I continue to expand on this or upgrade this, use what future console money you might have to instead upgrade your machine, or buy a really cool companion accessory in the best freaking handheld ever made. There are all kinds of little wins you can have, but this all goes back to what we talked about a long time ago. I know it's kind of the theme, I guess. Patience and perseverance.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have those, especially with everything else, like all these prices increasing around us, and a mountain of games in general. If you are not patient and let some of this stuff develop, like, let a game grab you a little bit. If it's not grabbing you, yeah, shelve it. Don't hear what I'm not saying, but take some time and be patient. See what happens. Like, and yeah, honestly, if I know I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit because it's all the comments are good. Well, you weren't patient with Red Dead, bro. I gave it 2.5 hours.
I think that's fair,
I think that's, if I'm an honest man, that's watching Die Hard, bro. That's a whole full length amazing experience that you could have that I didn't even get a twinge of like, oh, there's something to keep me coming back.
Right.
And that's why I'm saying, and I will be talking about this in a different video, that it is okay to let go of some of these games that aren't doing it. It's also freaking awesome to replay games. Again, Resident Evil everywhere. The replay mania. But yeah. Alright. Talked about beer. We've talked about amazing guitars. We've talked about the best handhelds on the market, even though they might be a little expensive. All of them. Especially the Switch 1, bro. Talked about the PS5 at length, the Pro, Gamescom, Onimusha. Like, it wasn't just Resident Evil.
I will limp my way through Onimusha.
Yeah, that looks good. Void Breakers. Well, one thing I do want to talk about going back to Gamescom before we start kind of figuring out what we're going to be talking about or playing on our channel later. How did we not talk about Lego Batman?
Lego Batman!
Batman, you
Okay,
guys.
so I like that Lego is doing this thing now where they're putting not only this is like all the movies and references to like other Batman games.
Yeah, and
it's
shows.
like
This
the
is like a
Skywalker
Batman
Saga
fan
snippet
Yeah.
in a giant Lego game. I love that. I think Lego should keep doing that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they did like all of the Indiana Jones?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm one. They've done them separately.
The best collab for you for Lego, and that would be Evil Dead.
I would play it. I would have a blast with it. Like even the Ash versus the Evil Dead stuff. That'd be cool.
Right.
Like, but yeah, this is, dude. It's a love letter to Batman. Batman's not my favorite, but he's close. He's up there. I love that universe. And dude, seeing scenes from movies, seeing scenes from the Arkham games recreated in Lego, seeing scenes from the TV show. There were a few.
Yeah, there were some Adam West nods,
there was
man.
some fun little nods in there. Like, this is a huge, like, kind of the definitive Batman game. What did I talk about when Spider-Man PS4 first came out? Was like, okay, you could watch every Spider-Man movie. You could read all the comics. This is the definitive, you're in there, bro. You are Spider-Man now.
Right.
Like, and it wasn't to dust everything else that led up to that point, because again, walk to run.
Right.
But, bro, sometimes when something runs, man, it freaking Roadrunners right on through you. Dude, Spider-Man PS4. Spider-Man 2 was okay, but Spider-Man 1. Like, Miles Morales also was solid too. Respect where it's due, Miles. I love you. Like, alright. Sometimes I run off. I fanboy all the time with my favorite stuff. I'm surprised we haven't started talking about Kiss. Like, guys, of course, like I said, we're going to be having the level 7 content in here. We're going out tomorrow. We're going to see what we can find. It's going to be awesome. Like, even if in the unlikely event we come home with nothing,
well, there is
we will have the experience. There. Yeah.
So we'll at least have some coffee.
Yeah, maybe there'll be blood orange cafe juice or something. We don't know. We'll see. At the very least, if we don't come back with a haul of some sort, we have the experience to talk about in store in
Very
general.
true.
So we'll be able to add that here onto the end of this one. As far as what's coming, guys, a lot coming. There is a lot coming.
What is the thing you are most excited to debut on your channel in the future?
Oh God. So I've already debuted this stuff, but it will likely end up being, if I can get all the way through it, it'll be that Resident Evil 9. Because if I can get this journey that I'm on, that I've started with Resident Evil 0, I've been working through it, been doing my thing. 16 games in 6 months. And if you're an adult,
that's ambitious.
That's a lot of game. Like, that's a lot of time I gotta find to be able to do it. Editing, making sure that you all are along for the ride. I've got the Pulse Elite going out. Everything. We've got the. It's literally. I'm sitting out on my couch playing the coolest freaking games out there, and I got, a headset mic that sounds pretty good and a can-do attitude, and we're bringing it to you. But if I can do that, if I can beat that whole thing, and then be able to bring in 9, right? I think that would be kind of the debut. That would be the flagship kind of thing. It's like we ran the gauntlet, and now we're here. Let's experience it together. Like, if it isn't that, I got a lot of irons in the fire, guys. Alan Wake 2 in October. I'm going to be doing, as you guys know, I pick a single game out for October on the channel, and I bust that thing out. Due to the nuance surrounding a newfound challenge, I cannot sacrifice an entire month, but Alan Wake will be going in tandem with this Resi challenge every week. You're not going to miss anything. Experiencing Alan Wake 2, which I have heard is just incredible, by the way. Like, that the first one was all right. I enjoyed it, but I've heard this one.
The first, I've said this a lot. The first one reminds me of one of my favorite horror movies, which is Into the Mouth of Madness. If you have not seen it, check it out. Mr. Sam Neill is in that one. It's delightfully spooky, and it reminds me a lot of first Alan Wake.
Those games, or at least the first one, it's really cool. The little arcadey one was fun. Alan Wake American, I think it was
American Nightmare.
Is it American Nightmare or American Wasteland? Because if it's American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, you better.
That's probably why.
You better hit up.
Can you imagine?
Remedy.
It's like the Alan Wake, the trailer, and it's like.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Cody Rhodes, my boy. Way to win that strap over Steam. That's it. That's as far as we're going into wrestling.
Yeah.
I promise.
I said earlier I'm going to be playing True Fear Fractured Souls. It is not my first time with a found objects game or a point and click, because I have played a lot of Monkey Island, but I got to play the demo for the news game during Next Fest, and dear God, this thing is it's delightful. It's like when you play Made into Blackwater and then you have nightmares.
Oh, dude. Fatal Frame games, I can't. But also, guys, keep an eye out. Because it is coming. Now, again, this video is going to upload after our level 7 experience. Yes. And it may be later on, so if this video happens to upload after the 26th, I better see you guys all out playing Gears of War Reloaded. It comes out at the end of the month, baby. August 26th, Lancer up for the first time ever, everywhere, outside of Switch 2, I don't think. But you'll be able to play it on Steam. You will be playing it on PlayStation, and you will be playing it where it grew up, man, on Xbox. It's going to be awesome. So please get out there, man. Show your support. If you got Game Pass, it's free to you.
That's true.
Try it out, man. It's an incredible,
As is
incredible
Gears
game.
Tactics, if Tactics is more your speed.
Oh yeah, dude. Tactics is on there. Yeah, all the Gears games are on there. Like Gears of War Reloaded, also coming to my channel in September. There's a lot of playthrough stuff going on. That's what I'm saying. It's like a debut to your question. That's hard because I have through the end of the year.
Yeah,
it's loaded and it's a good time to be a gamer.
it's a great time.
Great time to be a gamer. So, all right, guys. Well, housekeeping's there. I think another one on the books. Let's hope that the I think does the mic work? Like
Yes.
I think.
The mic is working.
Don't echo this time, please. Please. I can't remember all of the stuff that I said. There was too much glazing. But yeah, guys. All right, Noisy. Let them know where to find you and what you have to, and we'll wrap things up, man.
So you can find me on YouTube at the Noisy Fish channel. I do also have a Patreon where I have Sims challenges. Every single Sims challenge is free. So you can go and you can get all the rules. There's everything from things that are generational challenge to things that are built more like Tiny Town to just kind of creative different ways to play your different stories in your different worlds. And new to that Patreon, I've just added for some of the challenges a little rule sheet as well as bullet journal stickers. If you follow Garden Legacy, you know I do keep a bullet journal. So I've made my own custom bullet journal stickers for those. Those are paid content, but if you would like to download them, take a look. If not, also cool.
Show your support, guys. So, of course, you can find me over at YouTube at Paladevin. Yes, where we're just mindlessly talking about gaming topics, checking out the Steam Deck reviews, and now a laundry list of incredible playthroughs. Oh my god, like I said, we got tons coming.
Send some Rockstar for us to play Resident Evil.
Yes, yeah, show your support, like, subscribe. Of course, always leave a comment if you are enjoying the live streams. Head on over to our respective channels as well. Let us know where you came from. Hey, man, this is what it's all about, baby. So we will see you all next month. And until next time, this has been Button Mash
Mug Smash.
Podcast. Boom.
Hello, us from the past. It's us from the future.
Party! Yeah, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, go. We've been to level 7.
And we have acquired a lot of really, really cool things you cannot find like at any other game shop here so far.
We didn't quite spend an entire mortgage payment, but we got close.
We got close. It was there were a few big ticket items. My haul was a little small, but it's because there was a premium, there was a gut punch in there. I won't close it necessarily because it is updating, but the obtaining of the new 2DS XL, this particular model, the Mario Kart 7 model, that has been on the dock for a long time. And it's just gotten worse with the Steam Deck, Switch, the small form factor. It's made me want it more. So now, Vita, 2DS XL, Switch, OLED, and Steam Deck, I'm basically unstoppable if I go on a walk. So that's progress.
Well, and what's great about level 7 is they have within the building, but separate from level 7 itself, they have a place where you can bring your DSs that maybe we had a DS that the hinge fell off of that we had to get rid of. Comes to find out, we could have gotten it replaced for, on the low end, $80, on the high end, maybe $180, $190, which if you've ever tried to buy a 3DS XL, they're not cheap.
No.
So that's
especially not those.
Really nice.
Those ones
to know.
are very expensive. And it just goes to show that, like, if you hold on to your stuff, hold on to your consoles and everything, even if they break and stuff, because there are shops curated who are available to take care of this stuff. And it's really hard to find older consoles. I mean, even if you're in a pawn shop, Like, this time a year ago, you could find a bunch of PS2s. Now, it's getting to be slim pickings out there. So hold on to your stuff. If it malfunctions, reach out to a level 7 or any kind of resource. Try to get it fixed, man. Get it back on the road, because this thing, I was already playing some Majora's Mask. And Majora's Mask, oh, dude, it looks so good. Looks so good on that 3DS screen. Or the 2DS one.
They were really nice, too. They did let us do a walkthrough. I was very careful because I didn't want to get anybody's face on camera without their knowledge. So it is going to be kind of shorter, kind of condensed, but we will get that footage probably in this video because it is short.
I was going to say, we should be able to include that along with the haul, because it wasn't just the 2DS. So we got a few other things.
Yeah, what else did you get?
I'll go ahead and show this one off first because I have to put it back. My Logi needs a friend, so I got...
Yeah, Paladevin does not play Magic.
A friend that's bigger, yes.
As much as Final Fantasy has tried to get him into Magic.
Yeah, it's been trying.
I want to play the Lorcana, but I don't have anybody to play with, and it's also card deck collecting and playing is expensive.
Oh yeah, dude. It's a lot like playing an MMO. You find yourself keeping up with the Joneses, and then you're spending a lot of money. But yeah, this is supposed to be a Magic mat for the main public. This is my new mouse pad, and judging by how it sits on the desk, I might need a bigger desk one day because this thing is colossal. And I mean, look who we got. You got Sephiroth in the corner with more hair than I could ever have. You got freaking... Well, actually, all these guys really have more hair than I could ever have. But Sephiroth, the Warrior of Light, Garland, Jack Garland, punching people, saying fuck off and whatever he says. Clive Rossfield, and of course, Cloud over in the corner with a little bit of level 7 games love on it. So yeah, very, very solid Magic pad / mouse pad, because this is going to work just fine for High Octane Dino Crisis in the future. So yeah, that's going on. Move that microphone real quick so I can try to get this guy kind of back where he was. Y'all ought to know by now, a video of mine, whether I'm live streaming or podcasting or whatever, there's always a little bit of troubleshooting involved. But there you go. Runs beautifully. My mouse pad runs beautifully.
And what else did you get?
Final Fantasy was a big deal, you guys. This was the first thing that I got. We walked in, and they had a Cloud Strife fusion sword. This is from Advent Children. It's a foam sword. Anyone who knows when Cloud goes on his Beast Brigade pulling 6 swords out of a motorcycle and puts them all together, this is the sword that gets made. Very cool. Surprisingly affordable for something like this.
For those of you who do not know, we do also have a Master Sword that is actually made from metal, not foam, but it is a prop sword. There. You're not going to smack anybody with it.
Yes.
We have a Buster Sword that is made out of cardboard that has bouncy balls in it for materia. And we also
have one's made out of wood.
Yeah. And then we also have a Kingdom Key.
Yeah, so we have a nice new addition. I've already, where Noisy's sitting, you can't see it, but right behind it, there's already 2 little thumbtacks in there because that's going to live right there. That way the dogs always know that they can grab a sword and fight each other if they need to. When it comes to the food.
2 dogs enter, 1 dog leaves.
The high dog blur. I don't know. I tried. There can only be 1. There was one. I'm gonna bring this up because this would have made my haul bigger. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of Funko Pops over there.
Yeah.
As you guys know, huge Kiss head, dude. Not quite as big as my dad, but they had 3 out of 4. They had Gene, they had Ace, they had Pete. They did not have my man, Paul Stanley. So I did not walk out with all 4 of them. I decided to hold off It's either all or none with Kiss. No Man Left Behind.
They did a really cool
man.
Cowboy Bebop Spike Spiegel poster too. I just don't know where we would put it. And maybe now that this wall's free, that would have been something to consider.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of weird for me walking through there because usually there's a lot of merch that I can find a niche in, and they did of course have your Nightmare Before Christmas. They had a Disney Villains tarot deck, which I really thought about. No Kingdom Hearts though.
Yeah.
Which was very sad because I did not get an Axel Pop. No Sims Castaway, guys. My heart is broken.
Yeah. RE3 Nemesis is still out there in the wild as well.
But I did. Ooh. Knocking stuff over. I did get some Disney merch, which is this backpack. It is very cool.
Disney.
I like it a lot.
It's Jafar. Sorry. He's there. I always know where he is.
I kind of like that it has kind of like a Dia de los Muertos, like Sugar Skull kind of look, which is why I got it. So that's fun.
Then they got that witch doctor guy with his hat on
Dr.
there too.
Facilier.
Yeah, Dr. Facilier. I
Full of
knew his
useless
name.
knowledge. They did give us the tote. I don't want to say for free because we did spend a lot of money there. But the manager, he was so nice. He answered all our questions. He was very attentive, and he slapped this tote up for us to take, which was really great. Are you ready to reach in the tote?
Yes or no?
All right. Well, this one is for Uncle Pookie.
We have a Dote Homer. There's a lot of Homers out there, but I say Dote more than most people probably should.
You literally had a Springfield donut this morning.
Yeah, I did have a Springfield donut this morning. Homer's dolty, but he's a family man. Like he's got it where it counts. And that's what I love about Homer Simpson. I don't necessarily try to emulate him, but I do find myself in a lot of Homer-esque situations and apparel sometimes. So, yeah, this was a fun one. They've got a few of them floating around. They did have regular Homer with the Duff. And they had a bunch of others. There were a lot of Lisas there.
Rusty's.
Yeah. But this one, it was dude, it's Homer with his tagline. It's
the iconic
you
tagline.
Can't pass that up if you're getting a Homer. So that's a nice addition to the bunch here. He'll be joining the wall.
He will be joining the wall.
Yeah, it'll be cool.
We also got a Goofy from the Goofy movie.
I almost forgot that we got this one.
And he needs a break from modern living because he's got his map.
Yep. Yes, she
Trusty
does.
map.
And his camcorder, because
how else are you gonna prove Bigfoot was out there?
Yeah, well, he might be out of focus. But regardless, this is the Goofy movie. Goofy, you guys know, over there, I've got Goofy movie merch, all kinds of stuff. It is the best Disney movie, in my opinion. There's a lot of great ones. I mean, Lion King's right behind it. But this movie is, if you've seen it, you understand why it gets the accolades that it gets. And yeah, I haven't seen, outside of when I watch the fantasy footballers, they have a Powerline one. But I haven't seen any other runs of this has Roxanne and Max and stuff like that.
If you don't know, it was recently the anniversary of this movie, and there's a great documentary on Disney Plus. I would highly recommend that you check that out if you have not already. Yeah, you're gonna cry. Just saying.
It was cool. That movie is the best father-son tale out there, and you can watch it at any age. You will identify on both sides of the fence. The more you watch that movie, the more you grow up. You will understand. And I don't even have kids, and it reminds me so much of me and my dad, and that's what it does right, dude. It's the best. It really is.
we did get one more pop, and so we bought this game. We bought Funko Fusion brand new. It is a delightful game. If you love movies and you love pops, hands down, you have to play Funko Fusion. And one of the things that they're doing is coming out with a run of pops just for that game.
Yeah.
So this is the Shaun of the Dead Funko Fusion pop.
Yeah. They had this Shaun, but they did have another Shaun in there.
I like this Shaun better though. He's got the blood spatter and everything on it.
Yeah, this one here, he's got the cricket bat. The other one, he had a pool stick, which is still pretty funny. But this actually, beyond just that it works in the game, this will be our second round in Cornetto because we already have Nick Angel for the Funko Fusion game
excuse
as well.
you, his name is Sergeant Nicholas Asswipe. I don't know where you're from.
Nickerless.
Morning,
Asswipe,
Idol.
by the way. Nickerless. Right.
But that's
Anyway.
not all.
Yeah, we're not done. That's just kind of the Funko
Again,
factor.
for those of you that don't know, we do have a Ash Don't Call Me Ashley like wall shrine right over where I sleep. Bruce Campbell protects me constantly. We have actually met Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
At the Stanley
Dude,
when he did Bruce
super
Fest.
tall, man.
He's so tall.
Like, yeah,
and so nice.
Yeah, he
He's
towers
so
over
funny.
me. It's quite an experience to have a pink fuck with Bruce Campbell. For any Ash versus the Evil Dead fans, don't ever have anyone make you a pink fuck. Unless it's Bruce Campbell.
Right.
Which it was a great one. Stanley Hotel, whole Evil Dead 1, 2, Army of Darkness, commentated experience. He was a good dude. We almost bumped up to like a dinner with him at one point, but
it was really cool.
yeah, he's
an amazing guy.
a genuine dude.
Very
Like,
genuine.
What you see in his movies that's what you're getting, man. He's 100% Bruce Campbell. Like,
And the true ending to Army of Darkness is my favorite ending, you guys.
yeah.
It's Bruce Campbell's
Yeah.
favorite ending.
Bruce Campbell lied. He meant to say that it was the theatrical version. But anyway.
Over to you, sir.
Now, while Army of Darkness will always be like maybe the third or fourth best movie in the world, it wouldn't have been as great as it was without Evil Dead 2.
Right.
I personally think like so Evil Dead 1 set the table.
We have a collector's piece from every movie, if you think about it, because we have
an
Evil Dead 1 where she's popping out of the cellar, that's a pop figure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Evil Dead 2, and we've got the Army of Darkness, and that's Evil Dead 2.
Yeah, we have a few Army of Darknesses. The
We
Army
do.
of Darkness one out here, pretty sure that's Army. We have a bunch of Army pop figures, I mean Ash with the plate mail and stuff like that. But as a fan of this series, I actually like rank Evil Dead 1 lower on the totem out of
Evil
all
Dead
of them.
2.
And it's because Evil Dead 2 retells Evil Dead 1, streamlines it, and then continues on, and it just gets wild for your lead up to Army of Darkness. I mean, the full on how he builds the little, he grabs the chainsaw, but
Right.
then he actually has a hook on his shotgun strap to catch it, so he can just do this number and get it going, and all the little fun nuances. It went from just pure horror in Evil Dead 1 to RE4, dude. That's what it turned into. And then it just turned into RE4 on roids with Army of Darkness. But anyway, this is Evil Dead 2. This is Dead by Dawn Ash. We got a few fun pieces in here. I mean, he's got
The
that
tape recorder is my favorite. I like that it comes with a little tape recorder.
yeah, he does have the Nobi recorder. He's got, of course, the Necronomicon. You can't have things without it. You can set him up to be Deadite Ash. He currently doesn't have a hand. He has his stump, which is kind of cool. But you can put it in for an infected hand, or just looks like a regular hand. He's got an axe, a shotgun, and then of course, Linda's head and his crawling hands.
Oh,
So,
Linda.
yeah, you can create quite a few different scenarios for Ash here. He has a rough night. I mean, look, he's not even clean. Like, come on, Bruce, clean up. Like, anyway. Yeah, this is a great. See, there's Linda's head on the back. It's a great addition. Just as an Evil Dead fan, I've got up and over there, I believe, the other Evil Dead 2 one that we had. Ash. I don't think that Ash is on display in here. He'll be in the back. But yeah, we got a couple of these now floating around, and you can't, like, we were looking, there were ghost faces, there were all kinds of cool figures, a couple of Jason Voorhees. Like, if you're into that sort of thing, the vibe that place gave really was there is a lot for everybody. Right. As much as I didn't see a lot of Resident Evil stuff in general. Otherwise, again,
they did say though that they had just recently sold 2 of the chainsaw controllers, though, so it wasn't our lucky day.
Yeah, the Resident Evil 4 run chainsaw.
With a store like that, it is really going to be when you go.
Yeah, and that's like it's a little bit of a trek to get out there, so you're gambling no matter what. But if you look at like a haul with the bag with the figures and stuff, which
we're not done. There's
there's still more to come. But like with figures and everything, we like to do the figures. We like to put stuff on display. We maybe I speak for me a little more than you, but I love the Evil Dead. She loves horror movies, so
I love horror movies.
There.
I love Kingdom Hearts. I love Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, so a place like that works out for us pretty good. Just because there are so many options. And again, this tower was almost way taller. Like, we got to remember, if Paul Stanley was there, oh god, it would go off screen. Like, you wouldn't be able to see Piccolo in the corner because of all of this.
That brings us to our last grabs today, which is 2 Switch games. So you'll see in kind of the walkthrough that I filmed walking through, as one does.
When you walk,
the game cases were really impressive. I will say that Games Ahoy, either one that you go to here in Loveland, has a bigger selection for PlayStation 1 games than they did. But as far as your used games are going to go for Xbox, any of the generation of Xbox, and then Switch, they had a ton.
Yeah, they had a bunch of Switch games. That's going to fall into that. What are you looking for? What platform are you looking for? Or just consoles in general. Level 7 had a bunch of consoles, and it wasn't just the handhelds in the case, like the 2DS. They had original Xboxes. I saw Nintendo 64s that were in really good shape, PlayStation 1s and PS 1s, so the little guys. GameCubes were in there. They had a limited edition Halo original Xbox in there.
PlayStation Vita, PSP Go's.
Yeah, that was
3DSs, 2DSs.
I was tempted by the
Game Boy
PSP
Colors. They had Game Boy Colors, guys.
Yeah, they had a bunch of them too. And the thing is like they're in good shape, and I can vouch firsthand, at least for the system that I picked up. Like, if those systems are in there, they've probably been restored or taken care of to some level, because they all look like they were in great shape. I mean, you had Neo Geos, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendos, original NESs were in there. And yeah, I jumped on the 2DS XL, but I was getting tempted by the PSP Go because of that form factor. Like, that will likely be a later edition if it's ever in there when I go in there again. So yeah, if you were in the market for a console, especially original Xbox, that is where I noticed the software was like really peak. That or behind the counter PS3. They had a lot of
and
PS3 games.
confirmed with the manager if you're looking to trade up. So let's say you've got a PS4, you're in the market for a PS5. They're going to give you 60% market value on that console that you trade in towards a newer console.
Towards something
That's
fresh.
insane. And that's something you noticed. You want to talk about the pricing that you noticed with that Zelda cartridge?
Oh, yes. Yeah. So most retro shops you go to, guys, we know how the industry is. You walk in there, you're seeing an N64 cart for Majora's Mask. You know the one. You know the one with the, you can turn it any direction. It links like mid-spin attack. We all had it. All of us. If you bought Majora's Mask, that's the one you had. That gold cart. That thing's like, what, $150 generally? 65. They play at market value. There were some pricey ones there. Mm-hmm. They had a limited run of Switch cartridges for the Messenger. Not familiar with the Messenger, it's from the guys who brought us the amazing Sea of Stars. But because they had a limited run on that, physically anyway, that one was like $120. But generally, everything I was seeing, the rares, anything you could find, it was priced competitive, but it was priced fair. Mm-hmm. And that's really hard to see. When I look in the same case for Majora's Mask and it's like $65, and then I look right next to it and you've got GoldenEye for $30. GoldenEye, arguably the best Nintendo 64 game out there. $30. Good luck finding that kind of stuff anywhere else, because a lot of places do not do that, guys. They take you for a ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did walk home with 2 games. I walked home with Theater Rhythm, which I do have on the DS, but I'm really excited to play on the Switch. I'm excited to see if it's touchscreen or if it's when you swipe the notes that you use the Joy-Cons, or maybe both. Mm-hmm. And then I also walked home with the new rebrushed Epic Mickey. Which, fun fact, I actually own the Epic Mickey on the DS. I didn't realize that. It's not this one.
No, not a revamp.
But
still.
That means I own Epic Mickey Power of 2 on Xbox 360, the Epic Mickey on the DS, and then this Epic Mickey now. So these were both, after tax, $80, which I think is very fair.
Oh, yeah.
For 2 used Switch games. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's either that or one Donkey Kong Banana, and they didn't have any Switch 2s in there. So,
they did say, though, that if we were to trade in, we have 2 Switch OLEDs, and so if we were to trade in one of our Switch OLEDs, when they have a Switch 2, that you could use that. Now, the nice thing is, the company's doing very well for itself right now, as we can tell. They just opened a brand new location. So they're doing pretty well. They are privately owned. They don't have any resellers or anything like that. And that's kind of why their selection could be a little bit smaller, a little more niche.
Right.
But taking that into account, when you get a credit there, your credit does not expire.
Yep.
Which is very cool, because if I wanted to walk in with my Switch OLED tomorrow, drive an hour down there, do whatever it is I'm going to do, drop off my Switch OLED, I could say, save this for me, and use it towards a purchase of a Switch 2, plus
your credit.
Yeah, plus for every $100 you spend, you get a credit. So just by going, I've already earned a $10 credit towards something. That's a free game, you guys.
Yeah.
If you play your cards right, that's a free game.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also their repair division, for like console restoration and such, they operate a little bit separate from like the main credit line for the store, but also, if you find yourself buy a 2DS XL or something like that, you get credit from that purchase too. So if I ever, I've got a bum HDMI port that's constantly struggling on my little PS4. If I took her in there to get fixed, I could use that line of credit to then handle that repair.
Which is great.
It's really
You're not going to
versatile
find
place.
a repair shop like that anywhere else that I've seen. They say they have people come all the way from Cheyenne, Wyoming, just to
see the store,
get repaired and see the store. That is what I will say. If you are planning to check out to the one we went to Federal Heights, and it is going to take some time to fix your console, there is not much to do out there. You can go to a Hobby Lobby.
But inside of there, that's where they kind of cover you.
Yeah, they do have it upstairs, which is all for, you got your card tables laid out just like you would in any shop where you're going to find Pokemon, Magic, anything like that. So you
really
can
cool
actually
mouse pads.
play upstairs. But we were talking about that of like, oh, if it is a same day turnaround and it's just going to take hours, bring your ROG, bring your Steam Deck, bring freaking Lords of Waterdeep and knock all your stuff over.
Sorry, Sean.
And play, play while you're there.
Watch your feet. You're like on the verge of getting run over by this chair. Like,
I'm just gonna keep knocking stuff over.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. Keep you on your toes.
well, and that goes. I know we've talked, myself especially, probably at nauseum, about the transition to handheld gaming and everything like that. It's in a situation like that, you are repairing your PlayStation 4. Oh, I've got my 3DS on me. I'll go upstairs and kick it for a little while if they can give me a same day ETA or something like that.
Right.
So they do cover it. There was a great little cafe as well.
Yeah.
Made some good little foo frappe drinks.
What was the name of your iced coffee?
Mine was Ada Wong, because everyone wants a drink of Ada Wong. She is a tall glass of water. Very, very, very good.
I myself got a Harvest Moon, and my friend got a Silent Hill.
A Silent Hill, yeah.
All coffees were very good. The clerk was very nice, very polite, and for one clerk was busting out drinks. We didn't wait more than, I would say, 6 minutes, 7 minutes.
And he respects Spider-Man 3, which is very important when you're having a Spidey conversation with somebody. You gotta understand that things are better than people realize.
Yeah.
Now, outside of the level 7 excursion, though, I want to always remind everybody to keep an open mind when you are acquiring your games. We say it all the time. Go to pawn shops.
Yes.
Reach out to people. Go online. And that's what I'm talking about right now,
Facebook
because
Marketplace.
we did not leave the day, should I say, fully software empty-handed on my side either, because through the beauty of the aforementioned Facebook Marketplace, we procured for $15, guys, for $15 and a night with a cracked guitar. Guitar Hero Metallica, it's in the house. And yes, another round of Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock, both on PlayStation. So, as you guys know,
yeah, we also,
keep an eye out.
If you are skeptical about Fortnite Festival and you do have a guitar that works with it, I will say that was a lot of fun last night. The emotes are really cool. The skins are a really cool concept. And I do also like that you get a new roto of songs once a week, because that's the downside of playing your console games like this, is they can get fairly repetitive.
Yeah. Well, and who had it on their bingo card that they would ever have a chart for freaking Get Low or Barbie Girl, or I mean Power Rangers? We've already had a chart, community members, and it's almost exactly the same, which is really cool. But anyway, might be the original charter who did it, but as I digress. Like, the crack guitar Fortnite Festival took a little finagling with key jam mode, but once you're in, you're in. And then as far as it performs for the PlayStation 3 games, you have full control of the menu of your PS3. Like, it was like the controller was made to dominate Guitar Hero Legends of Rock, which it does. Like, I was playing it this morning with the volume down. I was doing bad because
I need a new rhythm game. You You gotta make me one. I need one.
Yes, Red Octane. I saw Red Octane pop up at the beginning of Guitar Hero Metallica. Just seeing that. Oh man, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool to see what everyone cooks up. But yeah, guys, that is the haul. We'll be attaching this to the the Past Us podcast, alongside the walkthrough, of course, to make sure that you guys kind of get a general idea on some of the layout, because there was a whole section for just tabletop stuff,
Yes.
DM guides and things like that, but also for cards and like Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, so I didn't go too much into that section. I did used to play Magic quite a bit when I was younger. But I haven't played it since I was in my 20s. I'm very old. So they did have Magic, they did have Lorcana, they did have Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm not sure what all else, but I did also see D&D books, and I did see 4.0 and 3.5. I'm not sure about Pathfinder variants, though. I did not go that in depth into looking at things over there.
No, I saw this mouse pad, and that's really all I needed over there, because if you really look at everything that my haul was, it was all Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's how unversed you are. I didn't realize that a card mat could be used as a mouse pad. Also, they are, if you're wondering, they're great for jewelry making, because the material that it's made out of, your beads and things don't slide around on it.
And I do wonder if I ever did like a tall tower camera for like unboxing. Set whatever right there. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, the idea bucket is like full AF when it comes to stuff. Our haul was really good. I will definitely be revisiting again. The only gripe, really, I was surprised for a game shop, and there's a reason why this makes sense, but Resident Evil was slim picking. Slim there. Like, if you were on the hunt for a Resident Evil game or merch or anything, like, there was no merch Resi wise.
Yeah, the only merch they had some really
games.
cool
There were a
hats,
couple of games.
and bags, but they didn't have You're gonna have a better chance of getting your merch at GameStop, honestly. Or Target. Target is the place to go for video game merch.
Yeah, if you're not going online, because Redbubble is still king.
Yes, Redbubble is great.
For merch. Nowhere in the world can you get a Blitzball shirt than Redbubble, and everyone should have a Blitzball shirt. It's the greatest sport in all of video games. Respect the game. Anyway, as I digress, Resident Evil wise, yes, pickings were a little bit slim, but like I said, the reason for that, obviously, people don't want to get rid of their Resident Evil stuff. It's the best series out there, so I'm biased AF, and I just really kind of wish that they had more of it, because they would have had a chainsaw controller, guys. That would be like, and it would be right here. But no, it's not. Same with Paul Stanley, but we talked about him. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
We cleaned up, and I'm sure we'll have other outings where, bring home another random handheld or something like that, or new software. Like, Theater Rhythm's very cool, by the way. You're going to enjoy that game. But yeah, as I mentioned, we'll tie this one on to the very end of the original podcast, which is going to make that sucker like real long. So you better saddle up. A lot of talking, a lot of gaming. Oh God, it's already almost September.
One more week.
Ooh, baby. All right, guys. Well, I am Pallet Evan.
I'm Noisy Face.
And the button mash mug smash clangs. We have not our beer this time because that was yesterday. It'll continue next week. Next month.
We
rather.
might get
Not
brave.
next week.
We might get brave and buy some of the Voodoo Ranger pumpkin that we saw today.
Yes, we. There's a test for the month. There's a test. We may need a backup here. But anyway, continue to stay tuned. I hope you've enjoyed everything from the haul to the conversation and everything in between. Of course, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have something you want to say or you think that something is really cool, like Goofy. Till next time, guys. Take care.